Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Let's go start now. Seth Rollins could form Shield 2.0 post WrestleMania 41 with a shocking partner in crime. That partner could be his most bitter enemy CM Punk, with Paul Heyman shockingly joining the mix. At WrestleMania 41, Seth Rollins will face CM Punk and Roman Reigns in a triple threat match. This is where we could see this massive twist take place. Paul Heyman could betray Roman Reigns and form the Shield 2.0 with Punk and Rollins. The reason for Punk and Rollins joining forces could be their common hatred for Reigns, while Heyman could simply be looking for new avenues since the OTC is no longer at the top. With Reigns' part-time schedule, the Shield 2.0 can dominate the company. If you are wondering about CM Punk and Seth Rollins hating each other, multiple bitter enemies in the past have put water under the bridge and have become friends. The situation could be the same for these two superstars. There have been some rumors that when the Shield was originally being created, they were supposed to be CM Punk's allies. WWE could now take a similar route to change the landscape of the company. The aforementioned angle is mere speculation at the moment. The fans will have to tune in to find out how the story progresses. Seth Rollins highlights one major issue he had during his time with the Shield. The Visionary had an iconic debut alongside Dean Ambrose, aka Jon Moxley, and Roman Reigns. Even though they were together for just a few years, they became one of the most iconic stables in WWE history. While everything was perfect with the Shield, Seth Rollins highlighted one issue he had during that time. Speaking on WWE Break It Down, the former WWE champion revealed that his gear felt like a sauna suit. Seth Rollins to reform the Shield by aligning with ex-WWE champion in a massive twist, examining the possibilities. The Shield remains one of the most dominant and beloved factions in WWE history, comprised of Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and Dean Ambrose, now known as Jon Moxley in AEW. The trio revolutionized the industry with their hard-hitting style, tactical teamwork, and relentless drive. However, with Ambrose departing WWE and Reigns solidifying himself as the tribal chief, the possibility of a full-fledged Shield reunion has always seemed like a long shot. But could Seth Rollins spearhead a Shield resurgence with a surprising ex-WWE champion? The need for a new Shield. The WWE landscape is ever-changing, and Rollins has consistently evolved his character to stay relevant. Currently, as the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, Rollins finds himself battling various challengers while also contending with rising factions like the Judgment Day and the ever-present dominance of the Bloodline. With Roman Reigns at the helm of the Bloodline, Rollins may look to counteract his former Shield brothers' dominance by forging a new alliance. If Rollins were to reform the Shield in a new form, the biggest question would be, who could step into the black tactical gear and become his allies? Potential ex-WWE champions for the role. There are several high-profile former WWE champions who could fit the role of an ally for Rollins in this new version of the Shield. Let's explore the most likely candidates. 1. Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre has the experience, intensity, and credibility to join a faction like the Shield. A two-time WWE champion, McIntyre has been both a dominant babyface and a ruthless heel. Aligning with Rollins could create an unstoppable force, with McIntyre bringing his sheer power and resilience. Given his recent frustrations with WWE management and his never-ending quest to reclaim championship gold, a Shield-like alliance could be his path back to the top. 2. CM Punk. CM Punk's return to WWE has been a constant subject of speculation. And if he were to make a shocking comeback, aligning with Seth Rollins in a new version of the Shield would be a game-changer. Punk, who once feuded with the original Shield and was instrumental in their early days, could add a layer of unpredictability to the mix. His microphone skills, in-ring prowess, and rebellious attitude could redefine what the Shield stands for in today's WWE. 3. Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes is one of WWE's biggest stars right now, and his pursuit of finishing the story against Roman Reigns is well documented. If he were to shift his focus and team up with Rollins, it could create an alliance that shakes the very foundation of WWE. Rollins and Rhodes have history, both as rivals and mutual respect as competitors. Together, they could bring a fresh dynamic to a reimagined Shield. 4. Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley is another powerhouse who could thrive in a new Shield-like faction. His MMA background, brute strength, and dominant in-ring style make him an ideal enforcer for a group led by Rollins. Lashley's recent faction-building tendencies, as seen with the Hurt Business, indicate that he understands the value of strength in numbers. Aligning with Rollins could give him another strong storyline direction. 5. Randy Orton. Randy Orton is an established legend in WWE, and his long history with both Rollins and Reigns makes him a fascinating candidate. Orton's cerebral approach to wrestling, coupled with his experience as a faction leader, evolution, legacy, could bring a unique perspective to this potential Shield reboot. If Rollins seeks vengeance against the Bloodline, Orton's thirst for revenge against the Bloodline's interference in his career makes him a perfect partner. Would it work without Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose? One of the biggest challenges in reforming the Shield is doing so without its two original members. Roman Reigns is deeply entrenched in the Bloodline storyline, making it highly unlikely he would ever return to a Shield reunion. Meanwhile, Jon Moxley has shown no interest in returning to WWE, focusing entirely on his AEW career. A new iteration of the Shield would need to carry its own identity while paying homage to the legacy of the original group. Rollins has proven he can be the centerpiece of a faction, as seen in his time leading the Authority and his short-lived Messiah gimmick. With the right partners, he could successfully reinvigorate the Shield concept. How would a new Shield fit into WWE's current landscape? A revamped Shield could immediately impact several key WWE storylines. Here's how. The Bloodline rivalry. A new Shield led by Rollins could be WWE's answer to the Bloodline's dominance. With Reigns ruling SmackDown, Rollins forming his own faction on Raw could set the stage for a future faction war. Judgment Day feud. Rollins already has ongoing issues with Judgment Day. If he were to form a faction, it could help him neutralize their numbers advantage. War Games potential. Survivor Series has embraced war games in recent years, and a Shield-like team led by Rollins could be a perfect fit for this chaotic environment. Conclusion. Is it possible? While a full Shield reunion is unlikely, Seth Rollins forming a faction reminiscent of the Shield with an ex-WWE champion is a possibility that could breathe new life into WWE's faction wars. Whether it's Drew McIntyre, CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, Bobby Lashley, or Randy Orton, the potential for a dominant team led by Rollins is there. It would all depend on WWE's creative direction and Rollins' own trajectory as World Heavyweight Champion. The Shield's legacy is cemented in WWE history, but a new chapter led by Seth Rollins could add an intriguing twist to the current landscape. Will Rollins take this route and forge a new alliance? Only time will tell.